What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, this is TWA Motorsports, and today we're out here sweating. We did some jockeying around. We moved the parts truck over there. I actually think, guys, I have somebody coming to get that thing. I got my son's car tucked under the lift. As you guys know, we got it running, interior's back in it. Got the old 52 up on the lift, and guys, man, I love that truck. I absolutely love that truck. But today we're focusing on this truck. And a couple things since I have showed you this thing have kind of popped up. I actually had to haul it down here. So as of right now, kind of what's going on is the thing isn't wanting to start. It died on my son the other day, and I was able to start it for a second, and then it dies. And it acts like it's either a security issue or a ground issue, which, guys, we had a similar problem with the Yukon a while back. And so I actually think, I know it's going into reduced power mode, so it has a throttle body issue, but today we're not going to focus on that. What I want to do is I want to take some stuff off the outside of it. So essentially, in my mind, this truck came out of Florida. At least my neighbor actually pointed out the sticker that said it came from Pensacola. I don't know how long it lived there. I bought it out of Missouri, where I live, but there is no rust on the bottom of that truck. So here's what I'm curious about. Can we take off the fender flares? And I'm gonna start in the back. We're gonna work our way forward, but I'm planning on taking off the fender flares. I'm gonna take off the Z71, this GMC Sierra that's almost worn off, and you could see this pinstripe, it's all faded. I'm not gonna have a lot of work to do there. And get a majority of this stuff off. Now, I have taken the front fender flares off before, and generally, guys, they don't rust a lot there. So I'm not as concerned there. I'm gonna take the chrome Nerf bars off the side. I'm gonna take the people pusher off the front, and basically we're gonna get everything off as far as stickers and trim. Now, with that being said, I really wanna keep this, but this one's all messed up. But I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna mainly concern myself with the Nerf bars and the stickers, including the SLT there. So we're gonna get started. I think I'm gonna set you guys up, and we are gonna start on one of these rear fender flares and kind of see what we're getting into. So I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod, wherever it is, and let's take that thing off. It's just held on with some, just some plugs, actually, it looks like. And then it is two-sided taped around the leading edge. Like I said in the first video, a lot of times, if you go to buy one of these trucks, they're not gonna probably let you tear that off in front of them. So you gotta just risk it. Anyway, let's get started. Actually, one other thing, my son just came out here. It was missing this one on the other side, but we're gonna take those off as well, because I hate those things. Yeah, so let's get started here, work our way forward. So these actually, guys, are just, there's actually two different kinds of clips in here. There's like the ones that have the center that pull out, which I'll use these tools on. And these may go right back on. So if we pull this off and there's rust bubbles there, first of all, it's gonna deflate me a little bit. That's for sure. But then I may just put them right back on. That's why I wanted to start in the back. These guys are the ones that just push in. And they're all scraped up. Normally I'd be a little more careful here, but broke that one. Maybe I can push them in from the back, actually. Well, that one's fighting me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these out, guys, and then we'll turn the camera back on, and I think I'm gonna need a light soon. And then we'll see if there's two-sided tape like there's supposed to be here. So here's what we're gonna try. Got all those out. I ended up cutting the back side of these, guys, because they were not wanting to come out. So let's see if we can pull these things off. They're just two-sided taped along the leading edge. And there's, you know, you can resell these. A lot of people want the GM ones because they fit the best. Look at that. Not one freaking rust bubble. Yeah. Okay, that's exciting. So I'm gonna grab some towels and we're gonna spray this down, try to clean it up a little. I'm out of 3M adhesive remover, so I've ordered some. I'm waiting for it to get here, but we'll have to use that to get these sections off. But we'll probably use the eraser wheel first and see what we've got. But this is exciting. Now for right now, I'm just using some, actually I think it's Windex. And just, the only reason I'm using that, guys, is it's the only thing I have out here that's close and we know that'll wipe this crap off. There's no even bubbles on the inners here. It definitely has lived its life somewhere that's not Missouri. And he's grabbing the heat, or not the heat gun, but the eraser wheel and the drill, and we'll knock this, the big stuff off as far as the two-sided tape. But it even looks like, I mean, you're gonna have some wear-in areas. Like there's an area here that won't buff out. You'll know that this thing had fender flares. But I am just not a fender flare fan in our area because it keeps that junk back there, and then you do develop rust. So it's not something I like to keep. I notice there's a little ding here. A lot of times rocks throw up on the inside, but that looks pretty good. All right, let's see. We can knock this down here. Oh yeah. Still gonna need some adhesive remover, but yeah. Guys, you have no idea how excited I am here. All right, I'm gonna knock this out real quick and then we'll go to the other side and we'll discover together whether it's the same or, well, maybe it has rust on the other side. Now we'll go back over this, like I said, once I get the 3M adhesive remover here, but let's, we got all the glue strip off, or majority of it, the stuff that won't come off. With the eraser wheel. I don't want to get real crazy. The paint on these older trucks is really thin. That's why, and it also explains why the hood and the roof is baked off, because it was in Florida. That's pretty common in a hot environment. The clear is pretty thin on these, so you can't get super aggressive. I mean, I don't spend a ton of time with that eraser wheel in one spot, but let's go to the other side and hopefully it gives us the same surprise. As much as I wanted to pull that Z71 sticker off and keep going down the other side, guys, I really wanted to see this too. So same situation, got all the plugs out. Let's see what happens over here. Probably should heat this up. Same situation, nothing, no bubbles, just dirt. Oh, this is awesome. All right, we're gonna clean this up now, and same situation, knock all that two-sided tape off. Now that we know what we got as far as the fender flares, I'm not worried about the fronts at all, guys, because other than, you're gonna get these little marks where they, going down the road, the wind hit them, like I said, but I got my helper out here. He's gonna run the heat gun while I try to get this Z71 sticker off. So we're just gonna heat this thing up, okay? That's how you do it. Can you come over here and do it? Hold on that black part. Don't touch the paint, okay? Just go back and forth on this, heating it up. Get right up here in this corner, see if we can get started. Don't touch the paint, okay? Oh, be careful, don't touch the paint. That's been on there a while. Burning you?
Ow.
It's kind of hot, but you can't touch the metal. Alright, he gave up on me. Such a good learning truck here because, you know, if you do hit the paint, it's got imperfections and stuff. So anyway, we're gonna, really, I don't even know that we needed, the plastic razor blade just helps get it started, guys. Once you get it started, as long as you don't get it too hot, generally these things peel right off. And look, the paint's faded. We're gonna have to buff on this a little bit, but chances are you're probably gonna still see the outline of the Z71. It just depends on how, you know, how clean the paint comes. But we're not worried about that now. We just wanna get this stuff off. And we just about got it. Now for the top, like the GMC Sierra and the like the pinstripe, we'll just knock it out with the eraser wheel. That's what we're gonna hit next. It does get warm. Well, another sticker off. Now let's see what we can do. These stickers, guys, because they're so weather cracked and sun faded, you could try to use the heat gun and try to scrape those things off, but man, you're talking about what a nightmare that would be. It's easier just to knock them out with one of these. Now we're gonna have to use quite a bit of 3M adhesive remover because it's just gonna wad up. But for the pinstripe, for sure, guys, unless it's a pretty new pinstripe, you're gonna have to use an eraser wheel. You'd spend all day with a trying to peel this up and heat it up. Just turning it into dust. And the pinstripes are relatively easy because they're not very wide. Work our way down the truck here. Now I don't have a ton of this. I literally have enough to get just the end of this wet, but I wanted to show you guys. You know, a lot of times this kind of melts down the glues and stuff, and so your adhesive remover, and I don't even have enough to get this stuff off. Yeah, I need more. Anyway, I wanted to give it a shot, but we got the pinstripe off the entire side. It's just gonna take some time to get the glue off. Now, if you kind of get this really wet and wipe down the entire side and kind of let it set, when you start back at the end you started on, generally it's softened up enough to not have to scrub that hard. But let's step back and look. Got the Z71 off, the fender flare, and obviously the whole pinstripe on that side. Now, like I said here, you know, there's not much pinstripe left, and it looks like somebody already ripped that off, or it fell off. You know, that's pretty common too. But anyway, we're gonna keep going. I think my adhesive remover should be here any minute, and we'll start. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this same stuff out on the other side and not show you, and then we'll continue onto the cab of the truck, working our way down to that fender flare in the front. Check out what came in. Got our new bottle of 3M adhesive remover, guys, and I went ahead and went all the way down the bed, got all the residue off from the pinstripe, the sticker, and the fender flares. So definitely looking a lot better. You know, we have our share of scratches and nicks and whatnot. You can see, hopefully you guys can see that. You know, a lot of this stuff will buff out. We're never gonna get this line out where that, like I said, kind of vibrated. We will be able to hide a lot of it though. So we'll buff it down the road, but the main thing is I wanna get all this stuff off so we can get a good wash on it, because there's a bunch of stuff caked up, you know, in the cracks and crevices. I wanna get all these like stickers off the Southern Sun. I don't even know what that means. You need to get this guy off. I wanna get all this stuff all the stickers and whatnot off. The other thing I want to address is the tailgate. Obviously we want to take the Sierra badge off. I want to take the GMC and then the dealership sticker off the back, but we're getting there. We're going to continue. I may just cut in and out and kind of show you guys what's going on. I think we're going to go probably, well, we'll probably stay right here. Maybe we may go to the other side and finish the bed. It'd be kind of nice to have like half the truck done. So I'll just cut in and out and kind of show you guys. I know I've shown a lot of videos on this in the past, so I won't bore you with like a time lapse on me removing it. But we're going to continue, and then I'll cut back in maybe when I get the bed done, show you that, and then move on to the cab. Well, I told you guys we'd check in. So got all the bed, both stripped down of all the stuff, the pinstripe, the glue, got the tailgate. You can see the outline. We're definitely going to have to buff on that. Got all the emblems off the tailgate, got this side completely finished as well. And then guys, I did go ahead and hit this little corner right here, but now we're going to move on to the cab. And like I said, same situation, just using the eraser wheel. I did use the fishing line method. I'm trying to think of what I'm thinking about here. Fishing line, in order to kind of whittle behind this and get this off. Got all those off all the way around. So at this point, it's really just using the eraser wheel and just working our way down to the front. I also got all the stuff off the glass. The glass definitely needs to be, it's got a ton of water spotting on it, which is pretty common. This, like I said, this thing came from Florida, and it looks like a lot of acid rain etching on the windows. You know, there's some product I'm gonna try at some point to get that stuff off, but for now, let's just concern ourselves with getting the rest of this pinstripe off. And then guys, we will move to the very front fender, where we're going to take off the fender flares in the front, making sure that, you know, hopefully they look as good as back here. But let's keep going. Now that we've got everything off all the way around, guys, these, I don't know what they put this on with. I know it's two-sided tape, but it always leaves an etch spot. And look, I think buffing this will get a lot of that out, but you're never going to get all of it out. I think we can make a lot more disappear. I just kind of keep going over it with adhesive remover, and it did pull some paint in a couple spots. You can see a spot right there, little one right there. We could touch a lot of that up. But anyway, on to the inner fenders. We're going to see if we could take these guys off now. Same situation. You've got a couple of the centers pull out. It's funny because it's like the one that's even with this trim on the side is just a push-in one. I don't get why they do that. But we're gonna get these clips out, pull this thing off, and see what we've got. Got all the clips out. See if we can get as lucky up here as we did back in the back. Generally they don't rust here, but that doesn't mean we don't have some other issues. No rust up here either. I thought maybe we may get a harder line here because, as you can see, they got a little close to something or got up against something, which probably pushed that in quite a bit. But we'll clean it off here with some Windex, get our eraser wheel and get this knocked off, and then we'll look it over and see what it looks like. So it looks pretty good. I noticed there's a bunch of haziness right here. And guys, look, when we clay bar this thing, which we will eventually, we'll knock a lot of this stuff down. So I'm not, you know, I'm just getting the big stuff as far as the glue goes, got it all knocked, all the big stuff knocked off with the eraser wheel. But at this point, we're gonna go to the other side and finish it, and we'll be all through with taking all the stuff off the outside as far as the trim and pinstriping, stickers and whatnot go. We're definitely looking a lot better. Got all 4 sides off. Still got a lot of buffing to do, a lot of cleaning to do, but guys, you need to get this stuff out of the way before you even start to clean. So now that we've got that, the next thing I want to address is this people pusher and then the Nerf bars on the side. So let's see. I think I call this a people pusher. It's like a brush guard, cattle guard, whatever. It looks like, guys, it's only held on with a couple bolts on the bottom here. You can see it goes through there, hooks to this. This thing needs repainted anyway, but I don't think it's gonna take much. Let's get under there and see exactly what we need to loosen up. So the only thing holding this on are these two brackets right here. So just, I'm not gonna concern myself with taking this one off. Just the two that mount to the frame, and they are 18 millimeters. So I don't know, I think the factory tow hook would normally bolt there. So I'm wondering if it reuses that hardware, but hopefully we can reach in there and grab the bolts out afterwards, because I don't want to leave those just dangling around the end of the frame. But let's knock those out and see if we can pull this thing out. Got that thing off there. Definitely looks better without that. We're not really going for that look, guys. So yeah, just 4 bolts that hold that thing to the front. I think my neighbor's gonna take this thing, gonna give it away. So now let's roll under the side and see what's involved in getting these steps off. Now, I've never seen anything like this, guys. I've seen a lot of brackets that mount, but this mounts to the body bolts. See the body mount bolts there? Let's see if I can go over here and show you guys all the way down. So it's an 18 millimeter, guys. We're gonna attempt to knock those out. I mean, the fact that this truck isn't rusty on the bottom, you know, we don't have any rust bubbles on the rockers. I think they'll probably be okay and come out okay, but you never know. That wasn't bad at all, actually, guys. I was a little concerned, but they came right out, went right back in. I've had the ones in the past, or trucks, I bought trucks where they like screw into the rocker, and I was really hoping that wasn't the case, or they like sandwich around the rocker. These don't. They bolt to the body mounts, so we should be good. I got all of them out, all the body mounts back in, and I've got it setting out there for my neighbor to come get it. And anyway, we just got to knock out the other side real quick. Isn't it amazing how just little things make a huge difference? Got both sides off, got the front off, got all the trim, all this stuff off. Now, normally, guys, what I would do at this point would be take it up front and wash it, but it doesn't run. It doesn't even start right now. I don't know, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a ground. So I think that's what we'll dive into next. I've got a new ground cable coming. We're gonna make some new grounds that ground a couple other things. I noticed the hood strapping was broken. Yeah, that's where we're gonna start. Also got a throttle body coming for that reduced power. I don't know if this has a GM throttle body. Even if it does, with the mileage that's on this thing, chances are it's probably bad. So I think that's our next step. We'll get under the hood here as soon as that part comes in, and get the negative cable off and start there.